back to my channel. So today I'm gonna do a what I eat in a day, possibly high protein style, possibly hitting my calories for the day. And you could be saying, wow, you are not selling this video to us. Do you not have anything planned for this video? I have my food planned. I know exactly what I'm eating today and when I'm eating it, but the key, maybe the missing link is, am I eating enough? Am I getting enough protein in for the day for me, for what my goals are? And so you might be saying, well, you should know that. Well, when I moved back to, I call it a simpler time of going back to what I was eating when I first started taking Mounjaro back in March of 2023, I've lost over 90 pounds, but I started seeing that, weight creep up a little bit. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go back to March, the end of March of 2023. God, almost 2 years ago. And I'm gonna follow exactly what I ate for that first month. And that's what I'm doing right now. But because I've noticed some pesky side effects like fatigue really showing up the past week and a half, I don't know if it's too high of a dose that I'm on 10 milligrams compound Tirzepatide, or if it's the fact that I am not consuming enough calories or hitting my protein goals. So all of that is gonna be determined this week. Today is Wednesday. I have a completely separate dinner, different dinner than what I had the past 2 nights. And I can tell you right now, I tracked and I put all that in my MyFitnessPal from the past 2 nights, and I definitely was short on what I thought I was eating. And I remember making a comment to one of my friends that I was like, I feel like I'm eating so much, and I'm like, not full, but I'm just satisfied with every single thing that I'm eating, and I'm enjoying everything I'm eating. And I just can't believe that I'm falling short on calories for those past 2 nights. So we'll see what today brings, because my dinner is slightly different than the past 2 nights, like I mentioned. But if you haven't, I'm gonna stop right here and say, take a minute, subscribe, so you don't miss any future videos. But this morning, I typically start, and you've seen it in all my videos, it hasn't changed. I'm not doing anything groundbreaking. I'm not changing things up. I do my protein coffee. I need something simple in the morning, simple and fast. I moved away from Fairlife nutrition shakes into Flav City protein powder, but I'm using some of that protein powder in my lunch smoothie. So for the past 2.5 weeks, because I am also following what I did way back when, I am having it in my protein coffee. So really what it consists of is I do decaf coffee, I do 2 scoops of collagen peptides. I have been taking Vital Proteins collagen peptides well over, even before I started my weight loss journey, months even before it. I feel like it has helped me in terms of, my nails grow like crazy, but hair strengthening, it has so many good qualities, and it's worked for me. And I always found that I liked that brand because I can get a killer deal at Sam's Club. But yeah, so it was 2 scoops of collagen peptides, and then I have my Fairlife nutrition shake in this. I'm gonna save all of my calorie breakdown, my macros for the end of this video, so stay tuned. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna enjoy my protein coffee. I have to get ready. It's a Wednesday. I gotta hop on for some meetings, a busy day today. And also you probably already know because I talk about it all the time, but I have my fake Stanley, my Fanley, 40 ounces. I have about 3 of these a day, but in this one, first thing in the morning, I'm already about halfway through. I put my electrolytes in it. Right now I'm using a brand called Pure. I'll link them below. I have been using them well before even me starting on a weight loss journey. It's kind of a local company, and I learned about them through our running store because when I was ages ago training for a marathon and then a triathlon, I tried it and I was like, ooh, this is good. It was refreshing. I do the lemon lime or the berry, but they have other flavors, but it was just refreshing, a hint of a fruity flavor, and it was just perfect. It was quenched my thirst. So I have my Pure electrolytes in here. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get ready for the day, but I will be back for my mid-morning snack. So stay tuned for, what I eat in a day. Hopefully I'm eating enough and getting enough protein. We shall see. All right, it is time for my mid-morning snack. It is 10:30, well, a little after 10:30, not to be too accurate. But typically, my mid-morning snack, I tend to have a little bit more carbs and fat with it. But today I'm changing it up just a smidge. I did the exact same thing yesterday. But usually I have pistachios and some popcorn. But today I had a couple of these left from the beach, so I'm gonna have a Wegmans beef stick, and then I'm gonna have a serving of pistachios with the shell on, because I wanted to take my time and eat them, because in the past I would buy them without the shell for convenience, and I would just take a handful and eat them all at once, and I'm like, you did not enjoy your snack. So today, like I said, some pistachios, a beef stick. I gotta hop back on for another meeting, so this is gonna be a little quick mid-morning snack update, and I will see you when it is time for lunch. I typically do a 45-minute walk before I eat lunch, so I will see you then. All right, it is lunchtime. I'm back at my desk because I go for a 45-minute walk, and my dog, towards the tail end of my walk, I bring my dog out with me for the last portion of it, just so that she can get some steps in, get some fresh air. But because I just try to take advantage of my lunchtime with getting some sort of movement, sometimes I hit up the gym, but in most cases I'm out for my walk, and that leaves me a little bit of time to make lunch and then back online to get caught up on a couple things and prepare for some meetings. But for today, my lunch is a very, very simple. I have two of my favorite lunches. This is one of them. And it's just a simple fruit smoothie. And I completely forgot to put protein powder in it. My Flav City protein powder. That's okay, because I remembered it as I was pouring it in the cup. So I went ahead and I threw an extra scoop, or it was a half a scoop in here, so I can get the protein up just a little bit in this smoothie. But outside of the protein powder, it's just almond milk, Greek yogurt, strawberries, bananas, and chia and flax seeds. And even though it wasn't in my initial stages of starting my weight loss, although I'm trying to follow that plan, I am going to be throwing in the future some basil seeds into this, because I didn't know basil seeds existed back then. And it's a very simple way to add some additional fiber. And I remember early on, that was one of the areas that I was also taking a look at, and I was doing fiber supplements and trying to figure out how to get my fiber up. So I think starting tomorrow, I'm going to put basil seeds in here, because I still have a bunch left from, when I was using it a couple weeks ago. But yeah, this is my fruit smoothie. And then on top of that, I have a rice cake. Rice cakes can get a bad rap, because I think sometimes people see them and they think, oh, you're on a diet. I've always loved rice cakes, regardless of diet or not. I've always loved rice cakes with peanut butter and honey. That has just always been like a little bit of like my little addition to a breakfast or a lunch or even a quick snacks, pre-workout. Sometimes I'll throw a banana on top of it. But today it is just one rice cake, some peanut butter that I got from the fresh market. So I typically make my own peanut butter, which makes me sound like, oh my God, she's really good in the kitchen. No, I'm not. It's literally just peanuts in a dry container and a Vitamix, and it's done in like less than a minute. It is so easy to make, but I was away this weekend. I needed more, and I was near a fresh market, which if you've ever had the freshly ground peanut butter from Fresh Market, it's literally like just the same thing, one ingredient, peanuts. I say, get it. It is so good. It's so fresh. So that's what I have, along with some honey. And this will actually tide me over until after I'm done. I have a lower leg session today, and then, then I'll eat dinner probably within like 30 minutes of finishing that. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have my lunch. Stay tuned for, at the end of this video is where I'll show you all the calories and the macro breakdowns. And really firsthand, you'll see me seeing if I'm eating enough calories and getting my protein in. And we'll see how that turns out. But you keep seeing me weigh my food. I haven't weighed my food in a while. I'm only doing that really for the sole purpose, one, of this video, and two, that is one of the best ways to figure out if you're eating enough. Is just on occasion to track. And I have no issues with it. I've done it off and on. I did it a lot when I first started, and I had a lot of success, and I didn't feel as if I was restricting or I was taking things out because I, went a couple grams over a serving. I always just left it in there, put it in my MyFitnessPal and called it a day. But I got to hop on a meeting. I'm going to eat my lunch and I will be back for dinner. I'm really excited for my dinner tonight. All right, so it is dinner time and it is Greek turkey burger night. I'm really excited to eat this. I'm actually hungry after my lower body. If you hear chomping, my dog is literally at my feet with her new cheese stick. But today I had a lower body workout day. I'm definitely hungry. I'm already feeling that workout. I've already hit over 10,000 steps. I think I'm at a little over 11,000 right now, 11,776. So I'm crushing my 10K a day step challenge for March. But as I said, Greek turkey burger night. I had a little provolone on it. I also use a nice little lettuce wrap. I get these lettuce wraps from Wegmans. I loved how, like, when I was going through my MyFitnessPal and looking at everything I did when I first started, I wasn't necessarily like trying to replace rolls or tortillas. It's just, I love lettuce wraps and I completely forgot about for the past couple months. I'm like, why did I forget about my lettuce wraps? And so they're back and I hope I don't forget about them. But that's what I did. I had Greek turkey burger, provolone, lettuce wrap, and then I also have some green beans, red peppers, and some cucumbers. And you probably saw in my grill pan, I had a wireless meat thermometer. That thing has been an absolute game changer for me. I got it as a Christmas present because I may be a decent cook, but the one thing I'm terrible at is trying to figure out when, like, chicken's done, steak's done, when to take it off a grill, when to take it out of the air fryer. I'm just somebody that, especially with chicken, I tend to slightly overcook it just to be safe. And since I've gotten that, it goes to an app and it'll give me the countdown of how many minutes are left of cooking, when to take it off the heat so it'll continue cooking a little bit more. I'm talking like I'm sponsored by this thermometer and I'm not, but I just want to share it. If you have like the struggles like I do with cooking and, making sure, meats are up to the right, temperature, which I know I've used other meat thermometers, but they last me like a month or two. Have you ever noticed that? Like some of the cheaper meat thermometers literally don't last. But I got it as a Christmas present. I've used it on the grill. I've used it in the air fryer. I've used it on the stovetop. I've used it in the oven. I did like a seafood night a couple weeks ago, and it was just like the best lobster came out of that oven because it was like, take it out. But I just wanted to share that because if you have the struggles like me, there is a really cool tool on the market. Like I said, I'll link it below, not affiliated with them at all. I don't even care if you don't use my link. I just want to share that information with you because I never heard about it. But anyway, I'm going to eat my dinner. I'm going to stop rambling about a random meat thermometer. But I'm going to eat my dinner and I'm going to pop back on and I'm going to give a full breakdown of what my calories were for the day, protein. I mean, I'll even do carbs and fat if I have it in my MyFitnessPal. And just what my thoughts are for the day. And, I'm looking forward to your comments about once I go through everything, if you have any recommendations about, some additions that I could have, just to get the calories up. I've already started thinking through it because now I do know what my calories are for the day. But let me eat this because I'm hungry and I'm going to come right back and I'm going to close out this video with the full breakdown of all my calories and macros. All right, so I crushed dinner. They say you should eat slowly. I did the best I could, but I still have 3 green beans left. I will be eating them. I just needed a timeout. I got a little bit stuffed because I think I was eating a little too quick. But I want to give a rundown of what the calories are for the day, what my macros were from, protein, fats, and carbs, just overall my thoughts for the day. I look forward to your comments below of, what you thought of my meals today, any recommendations, things to switch up. I'm always up for some ideas and tips. Considering I won't be making too many major changes until next month because I really wanted to do this for a full month. But let's get into breakfast real quick. So for breakfast was 185 calories, 3 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fat, and 39 grams of protein. And I'm going to have everything up on the screen to help you guys. Then for lunch was 578 calories, which I've been doing that for quite some time, where obviously since day one, that I try to have my lunch as my higher calorie meal of the day. But it was 578 calories, 57 grams of carbs, 19 grams of fat, and 41 grams of protein. Then for dinner, which I just crushed, was 380 calories, 25 grams of carbs, 19 grams of fat, and 36 grams of protein. And then for my snack, my mid-morning snack was 176 calories, 3 grams of carbs, 13 grams of fat, and 12 grams of protein. So overall, my calories for the day were 1,319. Now, let's take a look quickly. My protein was at 128 grams. I crushed the protein goal. That's not the problem. And you might be saying, there's nothing, like you ate really well today. If you didn't track, you would have been fine. But I was tracking because I was trying to figure out what's been going on with the fatigue. Is it the dose? Am I not eating enough? Now, quite frankly, 1,300 calories is low for me. That's in a more of a deficit than I personally am comfortable being in at this point, coming up on almost 2 years on my weight loss journey. I was trying to hit around 1,500 calories, which when I look at this full breakdown, we're talking about a little under 200 calories. And I know that I would like to get a little bit of a healthy fat in the mix. So I could easily do that by throwing an avocado in there. I could have had an avocado on my Greek turkey burger lettuce wrap sandwich that I just crushed. So there are some things, very minor changes that I can make in the future. I'm not making any changes right this moment or this week. But the other thing is I didn't mention I had 17 grams of fiber. I've always liked to track fiber, and I've already mentioned that I'm going to be adding a little bit of the basil seeds into my smoothie. So I will be able to get probably 25 to 30 grams of fiber easily just by doing that. But overall, I thought it was a solid day of eating. 128 grams of protein is really good for me. That is around my higher end of my range that I like to hit, which is good because today was a lower body workout day. But one of the things, and I don't want to be hypercritical here, but I just want to mention, this is just my own personal preference, is that I like to get most of my protein from, I don't want to say real sources, but like animal protein. I like to get protein from like whole foods as opposed to so much from, say, pre-made drinks and powders and bars, etc. And the fact that I had a pre-made protein drink, Fairlife, and then I also had a half a scoop of Flav City protein powder, it just shows that, you know, I gotta find something else to add into the mix around lunchtime for protein, and use my protein powder that I like in my coffee. If I probably just confused you right there, but I ideally would like to move my Flav City protein powder to my protein coffee, and then at lunch figure out something additional that I can get for a protein source, if it's a smoothie or maybe it's on the side, like, you know, something that I can have along with, you know, my rice cake and peanut butter and honey, etc. Maybe instead of that, I do turkey roll-ups or something. But that's something that I'm going to, you know, just think about over the next week or two as I look for ways to just make little minor changes. And I'll go through my history because I know that I made a lot of changes after month 1 and then month 2, just to make sure my calories were up and my protein was up. And I did a really good job, you know, tracking there. But I think solid day. Like, comment below what you guys thought, what you thought of my meal plan for the day, and also some recommendations, suggestions of different, you know, things that I can throw into the mix, just to kind of get another extra 200 calories, not necessarily worried about adding any more protein to the mix because I think 128 is great. So overall, solid day. My fatigue has lifted a little bit today, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. But I hope you enjoyed. Now I can say a what I eat in a day high protein edition, because up until this point, before I looked at all of my information, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to say this is a high protein meal plan for me, but I can now. And I hope you enjoyed the video today. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.